Hello everyone! Welcome to my abstract collage demonstration. I wanted to share a project that will help anyone at any skill level activate their creativity in a simple way. Your project might come out looking completely different from mine. It's all about what you like to do. The materials you can use for this first part are 2 pieces of paper, crayons and/or color pencils, scissors, and glue. I started this piece with a background over this textured surface I happened to be working on. It came out really interesting and reminded me of water, so I started to add fish. The goal of this drawing is to create a series of patterns and layers of colors that go together in an interesting way. So essentially that's just what I'm doing. I'm doodling random things that I feel like they go together, and I keep turning my page around and adding different colors. I've used a mix of the colored pencils and the crayons so far. So now we're going to cut the paper. There's really no right or wrong way to do any of this at all during this process. I'm simply just going with what I feel looks right. I'm using rectangles because they're very simple and I know that it'll contrast to all the wavy lines in my drawing. Now I've grabbed my second piece of paper. I wanted to play with more textures and drag the side of a crayon against them and see what comes out. This serves as a background so that when I'm collaging, any white spaces in between the collage pieces will not just be bare white. Now on to the gluing. I'm simply again just going with the flow of whatever seems to fit right. Again, there's no right or wrong way to do this. I've chosen to bring a bunch of my pieces to the edge of the paper. I think it gives it a fuller look in the end result, but you can also try to create more of a border or specific shape with your pieces of paper. That is it for the first part. I wanted to make a second part to this project that involved paint to show the versatility to this method of making a drawing and then turning it into a collage. So I'm starting here with my paint really watered down and starting with more opaque cloud-like shapes. I think this makes a great background to start adding pattern to. As you can see, I'm using the same part of my palette to mix colors continuously. I keep making new colors without minding that I'm losing the color from before because I like to play around and make something that I don't really expect to. It's kind of like a game, I think. You never know what direction you're gonna get taken into. I have these yellow dots, so I'm adding blue to my yellow and coming out with a green. And I'm continuing with the dots because, like I said in the last part, I think they're just a great layering technique and they're really easy. You can never go wrong with dots. The best part about making abstract paintings is when you're feeling like your painting is looking too gloomy or neutral like this one. I could just take this bright, electric, hot orange and turn the painting around and give it a whole new storyline. I have these oil pastels, so I wanted to use them to create a new layer of material. I think combining materials like paint and oil pastels really gives this full effect to your abstract work. So I chose to outline some of my dots and go with this idea of having a coherent pattern of circles around my piece. I decided I could now settle with this part of the piece and move it aside to dry while I cut up this scrapbooking type of paper. I kind of just went with random shapes again that I thought would fit into the rectangle in a neat way and again oppose the waviness of the painting that I'm putting over it. Dry now, so I'm going to begin cutting it up into random shapes that I feel go with the shapes that I've already placed on the page. that I began to realize that I was going to create more of an image instead of just a random arrangement of shapes. That's kind of just what happens. You start with a random arrangement and then it starts to show you something else. So in this one I started to see a sun over a horizon, so I kept going with the strips of pieces of my painting to make a sun. By now you can tell I'm trying to complete the picture by creating an ocean out of the rest of my painting. And now I feel like I can settle with what I have. I think the picture is complete. Thank you everyone for following my demonstration. I hope you all come out with great collages of your own. I really hope you enjoyed this experience and learned something about your own creativity.